Hello, hello. I'm Blythe Stevens, MFA Bliss Catalyst and founder of A Blythe Coach, dance education and coaching to move through life with balance, grace, and power. Bringing you a bit more ballet content today, we're focusing on piqué, or pricked sharp movements. I've got a couple I'm going to show you and one in particular that we're going to focus on, but first a little grounding in some of our ballet experts. From the Technical Manual and Dictionary of Classical Ballet by Gail Grant, piqué is pricked, pricking, executed by stepping directly on the point or demi-pointe of the working foot in any desired direction or position with the other foot raised in the air, as for example in piqué en arabesque, piqué développé, and so on. Now, there's lots of different flavors of piqué, like I said, but that's the basic version that we're going to do today. We can also piqué turn. So according to Agrippina Vaganova and Basic Principles of Classical Ballet, Russian ballet technique, tour is an old French term used in choreographic literature to designate a turn of the body on one leg. Keep in mind, according to Rory Foster in Ballet Pedagogy, the Art of Teaching, before any turns such as pirouette or piqué, chaîné can be learned, the student must be taught how to spot. Spotting might be taught by skipping or doing triplets diagonally across the floor or adding a two-part turn consisting of a quarter turn followed by a three-quarter turn. So I will have lots more content on that fun subject of turning soon to come, but we're going to do the non-turning version of piqué as a preparation for those. And then we will have the fun of taking our piqué turns and our chaîné turns and all these things on diagonal through our whole dancing space. Well, as I said before, we might first encounter piqué as a battements piqué exercise at the barre. See the toe pricking the floor and bouncing with the straightened leg. So in as much as this working leg is completely straightened and we're landing the toe down and bouncing it off, this is similar, this battements piqué, to the piqué traveling action that we're about to do. If you have a bar or a stable surface to support you, that will be helpful, but it is possible to also practice these piqué without the support of a bar, and I'll show you how. But if you've got a long kitchen counter or something like this, or even a bar at your house, you could try it there. So like I said, the working leg, the one that's going to stretch out first, is going to go to a tendu, eventually maybe to a dégagé. But in any case, this leg will remain fully extended, the knee straight throughout this exercise, while the other knee will go into degrees of more bent and less bent. So our preparation will be to stretch and fondu, so a deep bend in the standing leg, working leg outstretched. The first version that we'll try of piqué, we actually won't land onto the toe or the ball of the toe. We'll roll through toe, ball, heel to come up onto a straight leg. So this is appropriate even if we don't have our support here. Now this is deeply bent to a passe de retiré position. And then it's going to land in the back and go directly to a fondu, tapping out, as it were, this working leg to extend again, to repeat the action, rolling through to extended knee, and fondu, push, and fondu. We're going to do 3 today in this sequence that we practice. After the third one, I will fondu onto what was formerly my working leg, is now going to be my standing leg, and pas de bourrée to change. You could also changement or tendu to change, but today, in keeping with our pas de bourrée theme that we've been working on, we're going to back side, front, up, down, pas de bourrée, and extend the other leg, fondu what is now my standing leg. Okay, onto the working leg, we stretch onto a straight knee. Here's the place where this knee might want to bend. So, Achtung, careful, that will not bend. So oftentimes it'll go, we don't want that bend or that développé to happen. We want instead to keep the extension of the knee. Because once we speed this up or we add our turns, we go into demi-pointe, a buckled bent knee into a straight knee is going to become a real hindrance to us. So reaching out onto a straight leg, closing to the back, and melting down. Stepping out strongly, closing back. After the third one, we'll stay on that leg fondu and pas de bourrée. So we'll try this first version, rolling down onto a flat foot for Piqué, traveling 3 times to the right before we pas de bourrée, traveling 3 times to the left with music. Then we'll take the next version. I'll bring my hands to my bar or my support, stretch fondu. Piqué, roll through to passe, and melt down to, stepping out on a straight knee, sliding down to melt, stretch, third one, sliding down to melt on the same leg, pas de bourrée, back, side, front, other direction. Out, rolling through the foot, keeping the knee stretched. Slide down to fondu melt. Piqué out. To fondu. Third one, stay. Lower. And pas de bourrée. Reach. Second round. The next version being to step out, up onto the ball of the foot. Now, if we were working towards point work or using our point shoes, or at a more advanced level, we could even step onto point. But for today, we'll stop at demi-pointe, and for maybe years to come, sliding down the back right into a fondu, tapping out that extended leg, reaching out third time, and fondu. So same sequence at a higher level. Up onto the ball of the foot, tiptoe, closing fondu, reaching out, and go. And third one will melt down, pas de bourrée. We'll try that one with the music now. This time we'll go up to demi-points. To the ball of the foot, reach out onto a straight leg, push. Sliding down, fondu, knee stretched. Third one. Rolling down through the foot, all the way to fondu, pas de bourrée, back, side, front, stretch. Prepare. Onto the ball of foot, demi-pointe, Piqué. Lower fondu, catching onto a straight knee. Third one. And fondu. Pas de bourrée, repeat. Fondu. Pas de bourrée. Stretch. That's right, I forgot I went to fondu. No problem. Returning, stepping out. Don't come down, stretch down, then fondu. So my working leg that I'm stepping onto stays straight until the third one. Right here we melt down. nice. So perhaps next we graduate to traveling across the floor without our bar, or perhaps we didn't have the luxury of a bar to work with in the first place. So now we're going to experiment with what that looks like without our bar. Because we're not holding on to something, we might choose to integrate the arm action now, or we can keep it simple with our hands on our hips or in first position en avant. Totally up to you. If we're adding the arms, my side arm in third position will reach away from the direction of my travel. So that's a nice braking mechanism once I start to launch into the air or to turn. And then my gas or my power to go will be enhanced by the closing of the arm into the round shape and then lowering down. So you can see everything pulling apart as we prepare to step out and pulling apart. Again, optional arm action. You can always add it later. And fondu and pas de bourrée. Other direction. Coming in, reaching out as we come down, coming in, reaching out as we come down. Of course, the same thing is true with the releve and pas de bourrée. So I'll show you, and you can practice with me next. This version without the support of a bar, I'm going to use the arm action onto a flat foot and then onto demi-pointe. Once more with the music. So first round, rolling down. Second round, staying up to melt. Now that we're aware of this Piqué action, we'll see it all over the place in ballet choreography. Sometimes we'll see it coming up and back down. Maybe we'll see it coming up and staying in point work. We'll certainly see Piqué turns and lots of other fun Piqué action. So I hope you enjoyed practicing some basic foundations for traveling Piqué that will later become Piqué turns. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, what challenges, what questions you still have. And I always appreciate a visit on my website at ablythecoach.com. That's ablythecoach.com. Lots more free resources there for you. Until next time, thanks for joining me. And wouldn't it be nice if we could see my feet at the same time? Yeah.